Good morning. Alright, I'll have to move my camera, I suppose. The minimap is going to be around here. So, no it won't. There's something interesting over here though, I remember. Okay. What are we doing today? Well, we're just gonna play the game. No experiments for today, we'll just sort of go for it. So, we'll have 6 competitors. Yeah, you're fine, yeah. Lisa's normal, okay. Advanced, I think we'll be okay with this sort of mix. World, normal for 6 players. Custom, regular content, shape, climate, standards. I'm gonna go with 40% size and 3 continents. Well, no, 2 continents. I want to have 2 AIs on the same continent to make it a little bit interesting. No new world. Island standards. Hemispheres. Whatever. World generation seed. Continent spread. Regular. Continent form. Regular. Many lakes. Big lakes. Many rivers. Few ridges and cliffs. Standard elevation. Okay. We are okay. Switch to the Humankind difficulty. And I think we're good to go. So let's see. This is a version of the game that is more difficult than average. There are ways that I can set this game up even on the Humankind difficulty to make it easier. So for example, I could give everyone their own continent, or I could make the continents very large, all that sort of stuff. But we're probably the most difficult version of the game is Pangea, especially a smaller Pangea. The easiest version is just to have to give yourself your own continent, and then even on the Humankind difficulty, you don't struggle that much. You can win pretty easily. But yeah, we'll use this setup. So yeah, let's get going. Nomadic tribe. So last time, I'll wait for this game to start and then I'll talk about the food gathering strategy that we'll try here. Nothing fancy, but alright, we don't need to see that.
A new apartment. While your tribe looks to you for leadership, the weight of all those future, unborn generations also weighs upon your decisions. What sort of lives
River there.
will they have?
We've got some ebony. That's really good. See, this is weird. Later in the game, we'll come back to this, but right now it says stability per ebony for the wondrous effects, whereas later on that's going to turn, I'm pretty sure that's going to turn into a flat bonus. But anyway. Okay, so what's the food gathering strategy? Okay, so this is not confirmed, but sort of anecdotally, I think this is how the food generation works, right? So I think in rivers, in forests, you tend to get sort of +10 food, so sort of wild berries. On plains, you tend to get sort of +5 food, which is, I don't know, usually, actually I don't know what specifically it is called. And then on rivers, you tend to get plus 15 food, and they're called freshwater harvest. But food won't spawn in your line of vision. So if you can see a tile, I don't think that a piece of food will actually, or a harvestable food will actually spawn. So our best option here is to walk towards this river that's also in the forest, and see if there's any food on that particular river. And we'll step there one at a time, and look at that. So there's food, and if I step onto this, it should be 15. Freshwater harvest. Okay, so that's very good. We could, next turn, we could step sort of towards here, or we could step sort of down here, but we'll see that next turn. Okay. Now we have some choices, right? So, we can't actually step onto this river. So we're guaranteed not to have food on this tile, nor on any of these tiles, right? The closest that food could be is on one of these tiles, and maybe on this tile here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So at best, I can step onto either of these two tiles, and one of those should have some food on it, but we'll see. So I'm gonna step forward here, step down here, and we did not find any food, but we will find food here next turn, and we'll get our second tribe unit right here. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's step onto this to get our second unit. And then what we will do is we'll take this unit, step it out onto this tile, and then step it back up here, because we don't have vision up here right now. So I'm hoping that food has respawned up here somewhere. It doesn't look like it, but there could be some food over here next turn. Yeah, we see a lot of different stuff. The other thing here is that we could have food. Look at this, Far Cry 6 finished down there. We could have food over here, so that's what we have to look forward to over the next, on Thursday, I should say. So I'm going to continue stepping this guy around here to see if we find any more food on this river. So we happen not to, but that's okay. Hopefully we find some additional food here. The other thing that we'll need to start doing is actually, probably once we have a second unit spawn out of here, is to start going towards some plains to look for curiosities. We're unlikely to find curiosities on the river tiles here. Okay. Right, now we will continue to... Okay, so you can see this food here. I can get there in one turn, and I will do so. And that'll get me an additional unit. Now the problem that I have here, I could step these guys onto there, but I actually don't really want to. I would prefer to have this unit that has 5 food on here to actually harvest this particular food. So with this unit, I actually need to go find curiosities. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any outposts founded by the time that I want to advance an era. So I'll step towards here for now. We discovered the Tocantis River. Okay. And we will step sort of in this direction, because I think that we're more likely to find a curiosity outside of a river system, because On river systems, we tend to get food spawns. Okay, so next turn we can step onto here. Plus we'll get some additional vision, so we have some possibilities of finding food on one of these tiles. It's unlikely this will result in an additional unit, because this is probably going to be 5 food, I imagine. And so is this deer. Actually, this deer is a source of, what do you call it? Influence. If we do where to kill, but it's only a very small amount of influence. Okay, so with this unit here, I think I would like to step towards this river system up here, because we haven't explored it yet. And in the process, I will uncover some of these tiles here as well, and see if there's any food on them. So it looks like there is not. So then I will step over here and step onto here. So we get some food on here, which will be really good for next turn. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so this... Okay, so this event is a very good event. But what you have to keep in mind is that this tribe... I actually can't tell if they look any different. I think they do look a little bit different. They're slightly different dressed. This tribe that just joined me has, if we were to combine these, has disease on it. So it's a really bad idea to combine these units together. So strongly recommend against that. Okay, so with this one, we will go chase this deer because it means there is some what do you call it? A sanctuary somewhere over here. So we'll slowly step ourselves in this direction. So we have a deer here. I might decide to attack it, or I might not. The deer is on a river, but it's going to have an attack down here. Okay, so we find a curiosity over here. So what I'm going to do with this unit... Oh, we also find the enemy over here. Which is always good to find the enemy. What I'm going to do with this unit is move it towards this curiosity so that we can found our first outpost soon. Okay. So with this unit, I'm going to slowly step over here. Take this food. Yeah, it's only 5. Oh, wild berries, right, is what we get from this. And then I'll step here, because there's a possibility that we'll get food on one of these river tiles next turn. So with this, we will step onto the river. And this has a sanctuary over here. Plus it also has a curiosity. So what we can actually do here is next turn we can collect this curiosity, and then the turn after we can go onto the sanctuary and burn it down. So that's pretty good. The other thing... I should retreat away from these guys for now. It's good to know that they are down here. But I don't want to be attacked right now. So that's why I'm going to step this unit away from here and guide it towards this direction. And we actually get lucky here with a sanctuary. So we're guaranteed a turn 6 exit. Sorry, turn 7 exit into the ancient era. Which will be really good. Because of this sanctuary, right? Like we can step onto here on turn 6, and on turn 7 this will turn into another unit, and then we'll have 5 units in total. And hopefully we even get a little bit more, maybe 6 or 7 units. So that these guys will be really easy to attack. Okay. I'm going to need to take a short break though. and then I will be back. Okay. Let's keep going. So it's turn 6. We know that our first enemy is down here. They moved somewhere down here, which is actually a really good location because it has forest on top of a river, which limits your vision, so it lets food spawn around and you can sort of walk backwards and forwards. We don't have anything like that over here. But yeah, so we need to step this unit onto the sanctuary, burn it down to get our additional unit over here. The other thing that we can do here, if I was to step onto any of these river tiles, it'll end my turn. But I can actually see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even more river tiles by stepping onto these couple of tiles and hope for a some food, which we find on here, which is very good. The other thing that we just found here is that there's actually more food right here. And so we can get an additional unit through the next turn by stepping onto this. So next turn we will actually exit this area with at least 6 units. We know where our enemy is. We don't have any curiosities yet, but we will. And actually what we'll need to do next turn is step this unit back from this curiosity and found our first outpost in this territory, which is a really good territory. But we'll step carefully, sort of one by one. Up here. So this sanctuary is tempting, but we're not going to get it anyway. So the other thing that we'll do with this is walk towards this discovery, I suppose it's called. And then the process, you know, we can't make it this turn. We can only make it next turn. But we'll reveal a few tiles which will have some food opportunities here as well. Now, turn 6, you're just about guaranteed to get whatever culture you want. Turn 7, sometimes, on occasion, the AI will take a culture away. But we always can fall back onto this turn if they do take one of the cultures that we want. Yeah. So I'm not going to pick this turn because next turn we actually will get one additional unit here plus an additional unit over here. We might see if we can experiment over here to have the option of going. Well, we can get one of those guys out, but yeah, we'll think about that in just a moment. Let's finish this movement here. Now, we didn't find any food on this river, but that's okay. We'll step onto it, and then next turn we can step up there. We still, despite this saying that we need to end the turn, we still have a move here. We could step this unit out, but the food would actually stay with the last unit that's in the army. So even stepping onto this turn won't work. But what we could do here is we can actually step this unit onto this tile in the hopes that next turn we manage to get food in a different way. But the chances of actually achieving anything are fairly low. Like, one of the options that we have here is to step onto here and sort of separate these in the hopes that this unit can sort of step down along this river and find some food here next turn. And then this can find some food somewhere over here next turn as well. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I step this unit onto this food here next turn, I can actually step them onto that food. So I'm guaranteed to actually get that additional unit next turn. So then we have a chance to use this last unit here to sort of step in this direction and hope that we find food to get an additional unit. So we will do that. Step onto here. Because, oh, look at this. Okay, but the only problem here is that this is going to be 5 food. So that's not going to be enough to actually get this. This still has 1 movement point left. So next turn we can step onto this. So we will step towards it, just to guarantee that a little bit more. And then we have an option here. It's not worth it to go for this food, but we have an option here of stepping 1, 2, 3, 4. We have sort of 3 tiles that we could chance here to get something. Or maybe there's an animal somewhere here. But the chances of actually this eventuating into something is fairly low. Of this 5 food eventuating into something is low. Okay. Okay, so we ransacked. So we now have 6 units, as you can see up here. This will grow to 7 once I step this unit onto this tile. What we will do is step this unit over here and then onto this curiosity. I can't get back there. And this will disappear once we change. Okay, so they have put down their first outpost here, which is very good news because it's so close to me. I can marshal this army very quickly to actually go down here. Okay. With this unit, we basically can't really do much more. Actually, what we could have done is we could have used this unit to see if there was some food here, but that wouldn't have helped too much either. Okay, I'll step this unit sort of towards this so that we get a little bit more. Okay, so we still have everything open, which is great. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, we can think about how to maximize the number of tiles that we could get food from with this unit, right? Like I could step through here and hope that one of these tiles has food on it. The other thing that I can do is step onto here, maybe onto here, where I'll see all of these tiles. Then I'll have an option to step onto here where I get to see a few more tiles and maybe get a piece of food on one of these tiles. It's slightly unlikely because there's actually a piece of food right here, but it's always worth checking. So we got unlucky. We still have... well, actually, I think that's the end of it. So we'll step back towards this unit so we can form up an army. It was unlucky, but you know, you never know what happens here. The other thing now with this, our first concentration needs to be on attacking these guys. So we'll need to send all of our troops over there, but we do also need to come as sort of one army. So that's why I'm going to step slightly inefficiently onto this river tile so that I can unify all of these troops together and go after this in one strike force of 6 scout units. And then this we will step back onto here. Let's see, we need a decent amount of production. So this 13.6 will be quite good because it's next to lots of river tiles. So the water mill, the flood irrigation and so on is going to be really good. It is going to take us 2 turns to get there, but it's going to be worth it. The only other thing that would be good to know right now is where our third enemy is. Likely over here somewhere, but we will need to go after them soon as well. Okay, we'll also make our choice here. We can discuss some of these. So what we need to do right now is we need to get an immediate advantage over the AI and start to grow us economically, and like our economy to start growing. The main way that we will get most of our yields is through population in the early game, because we just can't afford, even if we choose the Egyptians, we can't really afford to build that many borders, and it's going to be really expensive to get extra territories and so on. But with population, it'll actually be reasonably straightforward to get. Plus, population also gets you influence. That's why in the early game, an agrarian-focused culture is really good. Egyptians are nice. They will give you a decent amount of industry. Babylonians are okay as well, especially because they give you, they also benefit a little bit from food here. Assyrians can be good, but getting lots of these Assyrian raiders is expensive, plus they cost upkeep, so you can only have so many of them, and you need horses, so a little bit situational. The Zhao are good, but if at this point you really need to attack an enemy AI to get your early game advantage, and the Zhao don't enable that. This chariot is sort of late and expensive. Phoenicians are okay, but money is weak in this game until sort of the mid game. This is a nice sort of mix of influence plus food, but I think the Harappans are generally a little bit better. Nubians are sort of a nice mix of industry and money, but yeah, money isn't that strong, and we can get a lot more money through population compared to what they will get. Mycenaeans, this unit has a very high maintenance cost, and it takes you a little while to actually be able to get these, because you have science prerequisites and so on, so that's why I usually don't choose these. And the Hittites, this +1 combat strength is actually pretty good, but then a special unit is a chariot, which is quite hard to get because it requires a couple of strategic resources, it's expensive to build, comes late. That's why we're going to choose the Harappans. And we need to do this on turn 7, otherwise we're not going to be able to make those choices.
The challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you.
Okay.
The Harappans certainly have markets. They left few remains.
Okay, so what we need to do right now is get this unit to put down its outpost and evolve this into a city. Now, it's going to take me 5 turns to actually do that. The other thing that we need to do here is combine these units into one strike force. So we'll probably rally them somewhere around here. Get this unit into this army. And then I will want to get this unit into this army as well. Now, it's unfortunate that there's a river right here, but we should be able to maybe combine on this tile next turn. And then I need to get this army moving down here as well as a sort of support force. Would be nice to coincidentally find our other neighbor, but we might not for now. Okay. So this unit can step to here right now, and this can step onto here as well to combine. These guys haven't gone to the next area yet. They haven't evolved this city into an outpost. The only problem that we have here is that they actually have this outpost for a while, so they might grow some population, which makes these things harder to attack. But yeah, we'll step this guy down onto this tile here. So now it's a fine balance between, I need to be able to attack this city probably on the first turn that it turns into a city. But that needs to happen reasonably soon so that there's at most one population onto here. It'll be really hard to get this city killed without, like if it has a lot of population, maybe 2 or 3 population in it, then it's basically impossible to go for it. Okay, so with this we need to go burn down this sanctuary because we don't want these independent people to spawn. But yeah, we're setting ourselves up here for an attack within 3 turns. So next turn we'll be able to step onto this tile with this stack and then attack as soon as we want. And we'll actually position ourselves here even if the city doesn't exist yet. And then try to position ourselves up here because it's uphill. And we'll have a really good attack. Or we'll have a good deployment zone up here. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay. So we're going to step onto this, but I'm gonna step one at a time because I don't know. Okay, so we have the units right here, and I'm gonna get stuck in their zone of control. I don't necessarily want to attack them, although I might. I'll step here, see if they react in any way. And then I might just attack here to get them to step away, because they should retreat, which will help to generate war support for me. Now with this group, I actually need to be a little bit careful because it's exposed to these guys. I don't want to fight right here. So I'll step them. I almost want them to keep this in the fog of war from them. Maybe step it here for now, so that they don't know this unit is here. Okay, this can come back. We can't found another outpost, but we'll come back and just occupy this tile. Okay, let's keep going. We're gonna see what they end up doing. I'm annoyed that they are stepping right here because I want to actually get to this. So I'll be okay here. I can actually step these guys to here, and then I can attack next turn if they do choose to go to the next era. So I will do that. And I'm not going to choose to attack here right now because I will actually have to fight, and I don't want the fight. I actually would prefer not to have to kill these guys for now. I might anyway, but they have a really good deployment zone. Well, actually, they don't really have a very good deployment zone. They have really bad river tiles here. So I'll have a really good advantage if I attack here. So I probably will choose to do so. This is a fine deployment, although I would prefer to have this unit on this tile because it's a river tile. Okay. Now I'm gonna step this unit forward. Then I'll step this unit. I need to know where they are. I don't want to step on this tile because they might be on this tile, so I'm gonna step here. Now I will step onto here to force them to lose. I don't want to step here. This is a bad attack for me. And I don't actually have a good attack, but they are forced to actually come onto here. Next turn I may well step onto this tile and hope that they step onto here. And I'm gonna leave these guys here. I don't want to step here because they would actually be pretty vulnerable. So I'll see what they end up doing here. Yeah, I expected that to happen. So I'm gonna step here. And hope that they actually are incentivized to step onto this tile so that I can attack them, surround them, and attack them from a really advantageous position. But otherwise I'm not going to step forward. Right now I'm winning this fight because I have this this flag converted. So I'm going to hope that they step onto that tile, which they end up doing. So now I can move this unit here, and I have a rear attack downhill, which is devastating to them. And this is also going to be a pretty devastating attack. although I can't actually execute it. And now I can also do this attack, which kills that unit. So that clears that one unit, and I still have this unit that can hold these guys in if necessary. I don't want to attack right now because I would actually not have a very good deployment zone, but it's always good to keep this guy back. Okay, let's finish that movement. We'll leave these guys there. 2 more turns until this can convert. So you just sort of defend there. Okay. So I'm hoping that they picked... No, they did not. There's still a tribe. Still don't have population on here, which is good. I'm also distracting them a lot right now. I'm gonna step here and then step onto this river tile, because as soon as they turn this into a city, it'll be a really good, it'll be a really easy attack for me, and this is the best tile to attack from. Okay, so now the question really is, how long will they take to turn this into a city? And this unit will stay over here just to protect. And in the next turn we can turn this into a city as well, so that'll be a really good start. So we can evolve this into a city, we can build our pottery workshop. They still haven't evolved this. Now I'm actually going to do a little bit of exploration with these units down here just to make sure, to see if they have claimed any other territory around here. Which it doesn't look like they have, because this looks like the coast. So this looks like the extremities of this continent. So they're very nicely boxed in right here. Again, I suspect that our other enemy is over here somewhere, and they may well be quite advanced compared to us. So these guys are usually a little bit slower, the sort of orange guys. So we'll be in this precarious situation for a little while here, but we'll get a free city from them, and we know that there's an additional unit somewhere in the fog of war here, which might be good to chase down, but... Okay, we will skip our turn here. Next turn we will pay to heal some of these, because that's always quite an excellent option. And we're going to go for the harvest here. We also need to go to an expert policy and prioritize science, and then production, and then money. Food is easy to come by for us, because we have like a huge amount of food on here, plus we're researching the harvest. But yeah. Now we do need to actually get more influence here. And the question will be which tile we want to go for. And this salt helps with food on cities. Plus there is a horses on here. So I'll want to actually go after this territory here next turn. It's going to cost me 61 influence though, so it's going to be really expensive. I'll want to explore this territory and see what this territory is all about. I need to be careful with this unit because it's vulnerable to bears, it's vulnerable to the other AI players, so there's that. Okay, so they founded an outpost right here. So there's a population here as well. So they should actually be able to advance to the next era soon. I need to bring this unit back closer to this tile, to here, so that I can actually go after this city very quickly as well, assuming, you know, I can get this from this position. I can get either one of these, depending on which one they choose as their first city. So I'll bring this unit back onto this tile here, to, you know, in case they do anything with this particular tile here. And then I just really need to see them advancing to the next era so that I can take some of these cities away from them. Okay, we'll step onto here. It's actually good that we have 2 salt in this one territory. That'll be quite good. Oh no, until we get an additional population. Okay, a couple of turns. Alright. So we can pick a policy here, which we will do. This is a good policy to pick, but you know, we'll do that in a couple of turns. Okay. So we'll have this unit sort of be ready to take this city. Because once I take either one of these, it will turn. And we need to make sure that this 2 units, you know, we need to clean that up. So we're aware that they're somewhere over here right now. But we're in a very good military position right here to actually go after these cities if they do turn them into cities anytime soon. Which I'm really hoping that they will, because they are quite far behind right now. So we'll skip. Oh, I can't pay to actually heal them, but okay. We'll continue to sort of hold the line here. Just want to explore the extremities of this up here. Okay. So it looks like we know what this territory is now. There's a little bit more content up here. Quite nervous about where the other AI is. And I'm also slightly nervous that this still hasn't evolved into the next era. So very slow here. Looks like they have a unit right here. Single unit. They should be ready to advance very, very soon. Might be good to step up here so that we are slightly closer, and then skip our turn here as well, and then we'll see how we go here. This is actually more important because of the extra combat strength, and we're about to do a bunch of fighting. So unfortunately we won't get this, but that's okay. Okay, this is good. We're getting a good amount of science here. So let's keep going. Still haven't turned this into a city. I have one. I'm considering whether I attack this. If anything, I would want to attack with this. But, well, there's a path into here next turn. But that's a really good deployment zone. The other thing I can do is attack with this unit, but it's gonna get really damaged. I mean, this is a river tile. A lot of these tiles are river tiles, except for this one. But I can get it, if they do choose to go onto this tile, I can get a surround on them. Otherwise, I can, you know, take their flag here and then retreat and force them to step onto here. So I'll try this fight. Okay, so they retreat. I still haven't met them, which is weird to me. We really need them to turn this into a city very soon. Okay, we'll step that onto that tile right there. Oops. And we'll they still are not deciding to go for it. Maybe I should burn down this one at this point because it's going to have too much population on it. And then this will be, how many turns would it take me? 2 turns to ransack. I think that's worth it. Because otherwise I have to fight this Sidmal. I will put a save point right here actually so that we can do a bit of experimentation. Okay, so for a few turns here we have now, they still haven't turned themselves into or advanced the era yet. It looks like they don't have any stars yet. They don't have their first star. So that's why they're not able to advance to the next era. They should have 4 population by now. But yeah, it's a very precarious situation here because the longer I wait for these cities to actually be available to me, the worse the benefit is. And in the meantime, there's another AI on this continent that's probably able to expand very quickly, unchecked. So I might choose to burn down this outpost as well, but we'll experiment first with not burning it down. So let's keep in these positions because they are positions where I can attack any of these cities straight away. So I can take them away from them as soon as they turn cities. So yeah. Okay, so they are back. And they run away again. So they're wasting time. Okay, can we pick? Not yet. Not yet. Maybe I needed to leave them alone for a little bit longer so that they actually managed to turn into a culture. Nope, they still have not got the option to advance. So I will pick this legitimacy here because it reduces the cost of outposts by a huge amount. And then the founding myths here are probably still worth it because it's an 8-turn payoff. But yeah. So now this costs only 31. And we're about to get this pottery workshop, which I'll actually purchase to get this plus 11. And then we'll put a canal network. I could put it here, but here is actually, well, here gets me access to lots of rivers, so I will put it over there. Okay, how much population is in here right now? Okay, still only 1. The problem is when there's 2 population in here, we're gonna have a hard time, so we'll just have to play it by ear here to see if we need to actually go after this. But if it hasn't grown to 2 population, it might never. But it's got a decent amount of food on it, so don't know. Okay.
Greetings to the newbies. Now there's some good fortune. A neighbor who may be more interested in commerce than concept.
Okay, so we've met the Nubians. Deteriorating, yes. Improving. So, okay, they are over here. So what this means is that we might take this area here, although I want to retreat this scout unit a little bit so they don't get tempted to fight me. But basically all of this territory to the left here is open. Plus these guys might not be that aggressive with us, I'm hoping, but we'll see. I will want to actually purchase these resources once they're available to me. +1 in 2 turns. Okay. We're getting 15 science per turn. We'll leave both of these alone. So this means that the independent people have started to spawn. Okay, they actually have what they need to advance to the next era. Oh, they have 2 population in here. This is a problem. So what we need to do here is actually burn this down. Now, can I get this? No. Because 2 population is going to be really hard to kill here with these. Although I do have 15 combat strength units. We'll let this play out. They will likely pick this as their city. But yeah. Okay.
Get ready to hear the sound of chariots when you least expect it.
So 3 is probably too much. So we might need to go back a few turns and prevent them from making this their city. I would like to lure them into taking this and then attack them on it, but at the same time, this is a really bad deployment. I think this is fine because they would have to attack me from a river anyway, and then this is a fine location as well so that I can go flank them if they do step onto this tile, which they will need to attack me here. So I will want to prepare this unit to be able to do rear attacks here. I think this is fine deployment. Okay, so now they have opened themselves up to rear attacks downhill. In fact, I'm gonna position myself like this and like this. To get a really devastating attack onto them right here. And I will also actually get a pretty strong attack right here. Now they do end up stepping on here, but they're pretty easy to kill right now. Now, I don't know if I can actually manage to do this, to attack a city with 3 that somehow already has walls. I don't know. So we are going to declare war here, and then we'll try to win this fight. This is fine, and the main priority here is going to be killing their units. So we'll see where they position them. But yeah, this might be very difficult for me to win. Now, one thing that I do want to check. I don't think they actually ended up having any population in here. So what I might need to do is go back sort of 5 turns, switch, and actually position my army up here and then attack this and have the 2 stack burn down this so that they can't make it into a city. But we'll try to win this fight first. But the problem here is that, you know, we take so much damage when we attack. So we'll have to try to lure them into really bad attacks on their side. Try and tempt them onto this tile here. They're not moving here, and they don't have any reason to. So that's why this fight is going to be impossible to win. I would need to get a surround attack on these guys, but it would expose me to a devastating attack down here, downhill. I don't think this is winnable. So that's why we'll have to go back. Probably... Let's go back as far as we can, turn 15. And we'll have to try this again. This is part of the game, so you have to experiment sometimes because the AI has such a big advantage over you. Okay. So this stack needs to go up here to be ready for them to take this over, and this needs to go here to burn this down. Oh, that was actually a really good choice that we managed to find this Great Barrier Reef. So we'll burn this down next turn, and then we'll position this unit up here. And hopefully this gets burned down before they can turn this into a city. I will actually go meet the AI over here. Actually, one thing that I will do, hang on, I'll save this, and then I'll try and load this turn 13, because we might want to experiment with going after the other AI up here, but I don't know if it's still possible. At this point, like, we might want to experiment with going after them up here, but we'd have to reprioritize these units all the way up there. Plus, we know that these guys will turn into like a sort of warlike, but... So we'll save this, and then load this. Okay. And we'll take it from here. Alright, have I got my expert policy here? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's continue here. We'll step onto here and burn this down. And then step these guys up here. And if they choose to attack me here, that'll be what it'll be. But yeah, we'll choose to wait here. And with you, we'll go meet the Nubians. Okay, here we get our combat strength. So you can see that's why I don't like it when these guys start to get a lot of population, because that makes their cities very hard to attack. This still doesn't have any, and let's hope that it only gets one at most. We can crash 4 of our scout units into one inner city and win that fight, but especially if we have an attack like this, which is really good. But anyway, I will leave this. They didn't actually manage to get any more outposts, so we'll hope that that's the same this time, but we'll see. Okay, we'll take this. Looks like the other AI might be a bit late here as well. So next turn I'm gonna burn this down. Okay, this is a really good position to occupy because it's a very powerful position above this city. Okay, so we've managed to get rid of this. which got us a lot of money actually. We're gonna take advantage of that and buy this pottery workshop early and place this sooner. And I'm going to leave this like this. Do I get a good attack here? I do. So I'm gonna go after them. Okay, they choose to retreat. Alright. I want to go find these guys up here. Okay, here they are. So it will be too late to go after these guys because they already have their city. At this point I would have had to prioritize that much earlier. Okay. Okay, so they've put this back, which is fine. I'll balance these two actually. Have both of them have 3, and then we'll position this 3 stack onto this tile, so that, you know, when they do make these cities, we can sort of react to that. Okay. Still want to go meet them. Looks like they chose to settle on like an island or something.
Come over here. Acknowledge.
Which is not very lucky for them. Okay, you can stay there.
Greetings to the newbies. Now there's some good fortune.
Okay,
Neighbor,
they want to do this. Can we get a non-aggression pact? No? Okay, that's fine. So I've met them, and now I want to withdraw my unit back to this here. Nice, we actually managed to walk through curiosity. We'll get this to step onto that curiosity as well. Now, we need to keep an eye out on when these guys actually manage to get to the next era. This is misleading. I don't know if we can actually do... Okay, we can. So I'm going to step onto here. This doesn't have its population again, so we're in a very good position here now for them to... turn themselves into the next era. Now, we will go after this counter because the artisan quarter is really good. And we have, you know, this ebony, and we'll have both of these salt pretty soon. So that will be really good. Okay, come on. Turn yourself into a... tribe. Although I know that it's into a culture. I know it's going to take them a little while to do so. Okay, so they've just captured this territory over here. And then I want to go back. This is fine. They only really start to eat into the continent like this, and I will have... Oh my god, they put this down as well. That's different. If they make this, they will make this into a city actually, but I will have 2 cities right here, so I might leave them with this, depending on which one they actually pick. So, depending on how this version goes, I might have to stop this unit from going over here. But every time I kill one of their units, it means that, you know, it takes them so much longer to actually advance in their era. Okay, next, let's take this organized warfare. Because this army reinforcement might be important with these guys if they ever choose to attack me. Okay, so they got their star, so it could be any turn now that they actually turn themselves into an empire. And this is still a couple of turns away, so I'm hoping that it means that, you know, we get first dibs on this. So we'll see which one they turn into a city. It still only has 1 population. Should be next turn that they go for it, but you know, you never know. Okay, we'll go after this curiosity.
Rapid and
Okay, so they picked.
get ready to hear the sound of chariots when you least expect it.
I'm gonna pick this. So they have a 0 population city right here. So I can take this away from them straight away by declaring war. Press upon you the wonders of my people. And now they have a 1 population city right here. So I'll attack that as well. I will have a really good tile to attack from. So we'll do our assault here. This is fine. So we're not going to attack with either of these units, because these are really bad attacks. We'll need to just whittle them down. Hope for the best. It's good that they're attacking onto there, actually. Hopefully we get some better rolls on these guys. So I'll end around here. Next turn we should be able to kill this unit. To take over this city. We don't need this right now. And then we need to go after... Try to go after this, but we'll see. Next turn they should lose a lot of war support because they don't have a city. Okay, we'll take this. And then we'll also go after this curiosity. And then we'll go after this one as well. Okay. Interesting. So we can see here, city occupied by opponent. So this attack here, I don't want to, well, no, that might kill them. So I'm gonna end my round here, and hopefully, yep, this is enough. So now I occupy both of these cities. So now their war support should drop like a rock. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to claim both of these cities from them. And then march these guys towards this direction here. Because this still should have 0 population. We won't be able to get there next turn, but we might be able to get there the turn after. We'll see if we still have a war ongoing at that point. Okay, so they will want to, I think, finish the war here. I don't think I can get past these guys. Okay, I have 162 here, so I can take both of these cities. And then I'll get a little bit of reparation. If I had just a little bit more war support here, I would actually be able to get this as well and then essentially wipe them out. But I think taking 2 cities from them is a really good start here. So that's fine. And then we just need to hold on to these for now. I'll step onto this to get the curiosity. What agreements do you want? Yes. And then now I actually want to claim... Well, the problem here is now I actually have lots of territories. They have 0 population here. It would have been nice to be able to go after this, but they're going to grow this pretty rapidly in terms of population now because of all the AI bonuses, so it'll be hard for me to catch up, but I actually need to patrol these units around their border. The Nubians are kind of dangerous here because of they will start to encroach on the territory here. So we'll have to make sure to claim lots of territory, but yeah. We will actually pick this, and we'll pick this.
Not to mention yours and mine.
And that actually means that we can claim this. 11, 13 will be fine. Now, we can actually start to put down harvest here as well. So in 3 turns that finishes. But we need to put down these ebony. And then with influence we'll be able to buy this other stuff as well. Now, with the fact that we have 3 cities is really good for our influence gain here. So we should be able to capture lots and lots of territory very quickly. I'll pay to heal these, and then take this unit out so that it can join in together with this, so we have a 4 stack. And then I'll keep an eye out on this side, see what they do. And as soon as we can go after this city, if it's still low on population, we will. So we'll position this 4 stack to be able to attack within 1 turn. But if this grows to like a decent amount of population, then it'll be basically impossible for us to do that. Okay, let's pick what we do here. I will make these guys do the luxuries first because they're relatively inexpensive. And they have a really good stability enhancing effect. We should also grow population very quickly here because they're actually on really good food tiles here. And harvest will be a good opportunity here. After that, we'll build these pottery workshops to keep. Oh, this already has a pottery workshop. No, I'm on the wrong city. Oh, we can get an additional one here, and then we'll build the pottery workshop. Okay, lots of stuff happened on that turn. Right, you join up with this, and then we'll keep an eye out over here. I doubt that they will actually stay on 0 population for the 10 turns that it requires, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we have this. I'll take that, and then I'll take this as well. Which is really good. We should also be able to push up religion here pretty well, because we have 3 cities, and we get influence on our main plaza. Faith on our main plaza. Okay, I will pay to finish that. Artisan quarter will be good. Okay. Okay, we will take that extra science, which is quite a lot of science actually. 40 science. Okay, they had a fight over here, plus they've advanced to 1 population. So it's becoming less likely for us to be able to do anything here. Still would be worthwhile to attack them here, because we have a much stronger, but it would have to be from this position, because the deployment zones are really good here. I mean, they're okay. They have this forest, which is actually kind of... If we attack from here... Yeah, this is the way to attack them. So we'll try to have this queued up as soon as we can. Okay, 97 influence. does that mean that we can actually claim more territory? Which territory would I want? I think we want this because it's got two things, two luxuries in it. 23 and 10. 11, 11. I will go for the 23 and 10, which is actually better than that. Plus it's kind of nicely protected here. And then this can actually also step onto here. Looks like we'll be able to claim territory quite rapidly here. Especially around these guys, and attach it quite cheaply as well, because we have our 30-point attaches available both in our capital as well as these other two cities, so that's really good. This overproductive will be excellent, and it pushes us in the science direction, so that's really good. Oh, we didn't have this queued up. No. Okay, they split themselves up into separate units, though. So that means that we can attack one of these. It was a mistake not to force them to fight me here, but they made an even worse mistake. Actually... you know, I'm gonna pick this 16 and 10, although this will be slightly hard to defend. And then next turn we can go after them. Just to claim this territory around them. This city is going to struggle for a while because, you know, it doesn't have any neighboring territories. It can go for some of these islands, but we'll want to attach this as soon as possible to stop any of these units walking into my territory here. But yeah. Okay, this is available, so we'll go after this curiosity. Looks like curiosities really like spawning on river tiles, which is very cool. Okay. And these are still really good. Oh my god, they are claiming territory very aggressively here. I will pick this. That's a little bit of money, and then we'll pick a couple of these territories here. Step onto this, and then try to go after this territory next. To make sure that we box these guys in. And we can actually attach this to stop them from even being able to walk into this territory and do anything on it unless they declare war. Still have low war support here. This is a very aggressive claim. They might want to make this their second city, which is probably the reason why they went for it. This territory is a good one to claim next, although I'm going to put the claim up here somewhere. So we'll do that. I want to stay away a little bit from this, just so they don't attack me, although we do have a non-aggression pact actually. Let's see if we can start to do any of this trading. Can we afford it? Yes. Okay, so food on farmers' quarters doesn't help. Industry on makers' quarters doesn't help. Food per farmers doesn't help. Money per incense. Okay, we will take this incense. So I'm gonna actually the farmers' quarters are fine. Because we actually have our special district, which are farmers' quarters. So that will be good. Would like to attack this because it's kind of low on health, and exposed. So I'm gonna try to queue this up, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, we need to pick a technology here. The wheel will be really good to pick. We might also want to buy out some of these, but they're actually not going to take very long to build here. So I don't want to spend the money on that because I can actually spend it on trade. Okay. Oh, I didn't have this queued up. Okay, whatever. Ooh, they put a claim in here. See how aggressive they are with their claims? So we need to make sure that we get a claim in this territory next turn. Plus into this probably as well. Preferably maybe here because it's nice and defensible. So I'm gonna pick this. And we would want to attach this sooner rather than later as well. In fact, I'm gonna pick one of these two to attach, but after I build a harbor here. This is saying 22, so that'll be really good.
Time to stock up on champagne bottles.
They are incredibly aggressively claiming territory here. We need to keep making sure that we have a decent army, but yeah. Okay. Let's think about this. We definitely need to put a claim in this territory here, but it's going to cost us 110 influence. But attaching this will actually be quite valuable because of the amount of food that we'll get from it. Plus this extra science slot will be quite impactful. Yeah, you can see how fast
To be
the...
brutally honest, you're not doing that well in this to leave your mark.
That's okay. We'll get better. Yeah, this will be an important territory to claim next. Still not sure how we'll go with them. They are a little bit stronger than me.
Off we go.
I will take that and take this one here. There's an aggressive tribe unit here. So I might want to stay away from that. This we should be able to take over time because they're going to fall really far behind. Even if they start to claim a little bit of territory here. So first it'll be important to get this piece of territory, hopefully this piece, or this piece will be less likely because it's sort of behind. I think we'll have to pick from one of these two. 85 influence. So we'll have 2 turns before we can actually do this, but that'll probably be enough. And then the question will be if we manage to get out in this direction, but this unit here is actually problematic, quite problematic, because it will attack us. So I'm gonna have to hope that it goes away from me. Okay, we'll skip this. Let's see, city cap would be good, but I'm not going to spend the influence right now. Alright, let's see where this unit goes. Okay, it goes away, and they found, although not in this territory. Religious conversion started. Ooh, hang on, I need to be careful here. They have a very strong religion. So I'm going to place an aggressive obelisk of the gods here and get this city to help build it. To protect my religion here. Okay, so that was claimed by an independent people. I'm not sure if we actually will manage to win this game. It's still up in the air. I should have gone after these guys earlier, but it's too late now. Okay, let's see if we can get some of their stuff. 10 money, 8 stability is quite good, but we already have that. Food per farmer. Actually, this this saffron will be good to get. So we'll take that. We'll keep a little bit of money around, and then next turn we should be able to put a claim in this territory. I'm gonna just take this. So now we can do it this turn. These are tempting, but I need to be defensive here. I will go for this one though. So this will be good. The only problem is that they locked me out of this side of the continent. So I would like to meet these guys once they create a city so that I can start to get influence with them. But yeah. Just have to be really careful here because I'm in a very vulnerable position. Now the good news is that these guys are fairly boxed in now. So once we become a little bit friendly with these guys, we'll be able to move more freely. But yeah, we need to be pushing our religion through here, so I'm concerned about this, which is why I'm building this. Let's see, do we get this other city onto helping with it as well? Probably. Yes. Okay. So in 2 turns... we'll get that. And I'm hoping that we actually get that religion done soon as well. Like the first tenet. Okay, so they've turned this into a city. This territory is still available, which is good. We'll step these guys back onto here. Just stay. Okay, we might get that assimilate cost, but I'm not sure yet. We really want to claim this territory, so probably put a claim on this tile here, sort of defensively, and then try to meet this independent people, which should be like right here somewhere. So next turn we should be able to do both. Okay. We'll get writing done. 16 of 24. We need to get out of the era sooner rather than later, but... Okay. Gain the population. Okay, so we met them.
Who are they? Time will tell if they are
I need to be the fastest here, so I'll actually pay them twice to gain 6 per turn. And then in a couple of turns we'll be able to walk through their territory. Right now I'm a little bit nervous about getting close to them. So we need 122 influence here anyway. And as long as they don't attack me next turn, I'll be okay. So maybe I'll just step over here defensively, and then, you know, next turn we can... Oh, hang on. These guys have no population in here. I need to redo that turn. Because this is just a free city. Well, actually, I will need this. We'll see. We'll see if we can do that. Because we need to get past this. So next turn... Actually, we can take it next turn anyway. So that'll be fine. As long as they don't get a population going here. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's see.
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy?
Okay,
Barrier
it'll
or
take
yes?
2 turns for
Well,
me to
not be in there.
take this. Slightly risky. And I'll only take the leadership policy after. Okay, so I think I've stabilized here. So we'll finish this. That is a really good opportunity as well. We'll do that first. The harbor, actually, compare that to this. 25 is much better. 16 compared to 14. I'll choose later. This still needs to finish. Let's see. Trade. They're still hesitant. Okay, silk, industry, food per farmer. Okay, this porcelain will be good to get. I'm okay with this. I'm hoping that, you know, we get this done sooner rather than later, because that'll make our harbors just really, really powerful. And if we get this extra city, that'll put me in a really good position as well. So, yeah. Okay, so this is still...
Now, things that one generation learned can be passed to the next via something more reliable than campfire stories.
Come on,
Let's go.
move it. And now I can take this without any struggle. So I'm gonna do it. And then you can see how negative I just got in terms of
Most problems
my city cap, but now I'm fine
are
again.
sort of more believed.
So I've managed to capture this, and the other thing I'm going to do here is attach this to push these guys out of that area so they can't keep being in here. And this is a really important move because it broke me through this side, and I can claim territory over here now far more easily. I probably will need to get a relationship with these guys going. They still have 0, so if I had a unit up here, but I don't have the city cap for it anyway. I can advance to the next era, and nobody else has. So I probably will want to do that this turn. What do they want? Yep, I'm happy with that. How are they? Pleasant. I'm happy with this. Turn resource room for different religions. They add serious grievances against us. Okay. Discard, can the bodies burn them? Okay, this progresses me scientifically, so I'm gonna pick that. One way or the other, I need to get this domestication and this irrigation done anyway. And we now get to pick our religion. So our next culture for our next era. I think we're in a really good position here. We have 4 cities, and we can increase that to 5 relatively quickly by researching this philosophy. We're building a relationship over here to potentially get this as our 5th city. And we have some more land down here that we can go after. We've boxed these guys in very nicely, so they're not going to be able to advance eras very quickly, so we're not going to have to worry about them. These guys are our main competitor, so we'll have to see how we end up evolving our territory, but they seem to be wanting to be more peaceful, which is good. We have got a couple of claims here, so we're holding back the front here so they don't get to claim a huge amount of territory on me. And we get to advance into the next era as the first ones. Now, the only question that I have is, are we close to anything? We would be so close to this, but it would still be 2 turns, and I'd be worried about losing the Mayans. But maybe I'll risk it here a little bit. How good would this be? Only 16. They've started to build the canal network. I might just place this 15, 16. I'll place this and get 1 turn into it. And then next turn we'll advance. Well, but next turn I'm going to be tempted to stick around for an extra turn to get this scientific star. Well, I'm gonna risk it. I'll put a save in that says can still pick. And we'll see how far we can push our luck. We want the Mayans next era, but got 2 era stars. Which ones did we get? Hang on, what was picked? The Greeks. So I'm okay with the Greeks going. What did we get a star for? We got a star for aesthete. And next turn we can get a science star. Oh, we got the population star. That's really good. Because that pushed us up in terms of fame in a big way. Okay. We're gonna switch this. Build the pottery workshop first. This needs to take this and claim territory over here towards them to hold them back. And I'm gonna do a trade here. Get this gold. This will be good. So I'll take their silk, but I can't afford it right now. So yeah, this will be important territory to claim next, as well as territory down south here. And we'll use our influence for that rather than anything else right now. We could... No, I'll do that later. Well, how much does it cost right now? I don't know how much it costs. Last time it cost 80, so it'll be more expensive. But this only costs 36, and I'll get additional industry everywhere. What treaties do we serve? The non-aggression pact. Okay. Okay, this is looking fine. They picked the Greeks. Got another star. Let's see. Only the Greeks have gone, so I'm okay with this. Now let's look at these here. So we completed that. I don't think that we're going to get anything else here. Okay. We need to pick this soon. I don't know what else there is, but I also don't want to expose my cities too far. Oh, they picked something over here. We might go and burn that down, actually. Maybe we even put ourselves in behind this mountain here. And then we'll try to go burn this down here, because we don't want them to actually get additional territory. Let's see if we can get more trade here. Coffee or silk. We'll take their silk. Okay. Now we will want to pick. How is this? 19. It's good that we actually can get at least one turn into that. Okay. Sailing is pointless. I'll take masonry, but we're going to pick the Mayans now. Okay, let's discuss it, actually, rather than just go for it. So what situation are we in right now? Well, we have a decent number of cities. We have 4 cities, not a lot of territory though. So we are lacking in terms of territory. They are starting to encroach into some of our territory here. So we'll have to sort of keep pushing out. So influence will still be important. This is not good that they managed to get out. There's probably a couple of territories down here. Or at least one that would be good to sort of claim as a first step so that they can't move through here anymore, any more units. But yeah, we'll have to see what's going on down here. But generally speaking, we need to start ramping up our economy here, which means sort of industry, that sort of stuff. Workers are still going to be really important, and we have a lot of them here as well. And a lot of population here, and we'll continue to have a decent level of population because of the start. We need to push our religion through and get to the point where we can start picking tenants, because that will improve our harvest in a big way. So yeah, that's why we're going to be looking for an economic pick. They picked the Greeks, which is also an economic pick. It's a pretty good choice, but at least they didn't pick like an offensive one. So that makes me a little bit more comfortable. So the Mayans here are really good because of the extra industry per workers, where we'll get a lot of our industry from, plus the Cunan is pretty good. Although the industry per number of attached territories isn't going to be as strong because we don't have huge cities, like territories with lots of cities. Let's look at some of these others. This would be nice, but this is very weak. Huns, I don't think we want to go for. Goths. So this would be sort of an aggressive kind of play, but the neighbors picked the spear unit as their defense, so the Gothic cavalry isn't going to be very good against them. Plus we don't even have these this stuff. Food per number of attached territories, per adjacent farms. So this might be okay to keep growing our food. But I think I would prefer to push our industry up here. Money I'm not that convinced by. So yeah, that's why we're going to go with the Mayans here.
As urban centers grow, both Maya had excellent ideas for construction and calendars, though they were a bit weak about them.
So they're hesitant again. They're weaker. Okay. Now, we have a choice here. I probably would rather claim this territory and attach it compared to going after this straight away, because it's got some luxuries on here. So next turn we can place a claim on here. Probably we'll put it sort of somewhere in this forest, maybe even on here to make it defensive. And then we'll try to attach it soon so they can't keep moving units through here. And then we'll try to burn this down. Because they are still very, very weak here. Okay. Next turn we'll be able to place our outpost up here, which will be a really easily defensible city. Okay. Oh, they stopped us from building, even though we started. That's annoying. I thought that you were always allowed to finish. Okay, we'll place that there. Although we are starting to run into stability problems. So we'll build the public fountains first. This house of scribes will be really good to build as well. Okay. Would be good to keep growing food. This will continue to be a very weak city, unfortunately. So we researched masonry. What? Yeah, of course I'm going to keep these lands. Okay, this will be really good. You know, they might still get this territory, but unfortunately that's 3 turns away. This is next turn, and then that's the turn after. So we'll see if they turn that into a city straight away. If they do, we might have to attack them, but because I don't want to be locked out of this land on this side, although it looks like this is mostly coast here anyway. I don't know what this sort of side looks like, but we have claimed about half, maybe 2/3 of this continent. We need to probably do a little bit better than that, but that might just be a war. Like if I get this city once I can from them, that'll be really good, but that'll require just getting some really good units here. They will stay in the era that they're currently in for a really long time. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go for philosophy so that I can get an additional territory here. Additional city. And let's see, what do we have? This science per researcher will be really good, but I need my influence for something else right now. Okay. Still have a non-aggression pact. Still hesitant. Okay, so my choices here are... I can't go for this anyway. Like, they're going to be able to do what they want with this. I would like to know what the cost will be here. The cost for this one was probably in the 90s, so this might be in the hundreds. Yeah, it really looks like this coast just sort of goes up over here. I'm very disappointed with this. So I'm going to move over here, hoping that they don't turn this into a city straight away. But we'll see. Even if they do... You know, I could just take it away from them, but I would be exposed over here. I don't have that many troops. Okay, this has 1 territory attached to it, I'm pretty sure. So this Kunan will be decent. I'm okay with building it right there. That'll be good to build. That'll be good to build to keep pushing up our science. Okay. Ooh, there's more. I am going to buy that because it'll help with stability everywhere. It's plus 14. Kunan will be good to go for as well. It'll also push more of our workers into the industry slots. Actually, you need to get this done as well after that, Kunan, to keep pushing up our science. Otherwise, we're going to have problems finishing up the science. Ah, look at this. This is very good. So this is converting to my religion soon. So it looks like I'll be able to retain my religion and pick my first tenet, and then these harbors that we have will get really good. Because we'll take food on harbors. Okay. Still a very precarious situation. Okay, so they haven't changed this into an outpost. outpost. This will take 2 turns to burn down, and then I can take it over from them. They do have some warriors here. We'll have to see how we go with this. This stack would be able to take over probably my entire empire, but they don't know that. So actually I probably need to reprioritize here into swordsmen and maybe build some of them. We'll see if this is a good idea or not. Might cause some retaliation here. But next turn we can attach this, so they won't be able to move this army through unless they attack me. Okay, we will respect the sea's bounties here, because it'll push. Oh, can we? I've never. Oh, I didn't manage to change it. I think you have to do that before picking. Okay. Cool. We'll see what happens next turn. You're not going in there. Sorry. They've almost killed that unit. And I'm burning this down soon. The good thing is that I've cut off this unit from being able to come here and stop this from happening by attaching this, although I did give up my ability to build a harbor down here, which would have actually been really good to do before attaching. Okay, this will be good to pick, but I need my influence for other things. There's actually lots of good things. Okay, so they don't want to trade with me anymore. So you have an additional porcelain, sage, food on main plaza. I will take that. And then I'll take this porcelain as well. Do I have any more money? Yeah, I do. Coffee. For the food per farmer, we're not getting anything out of, but we may as well take it. Okay, cool. So I've burnt this down, and now I'll take it over. Looks like these guys are chasing down the Hittites. I still need to probably build a few swordsmen. And maybe I should just kill these guys. Kill these guys, but they are going to be stuck in that era. I'll probably attack them next era. Okay. I'm still hesitant. Do they? How are they in terms of trust? Improving? Okay, cool. Classical era. How are we doing here? So we still need a bunch more stuff. Why can't we build a harbor here? Don't know. Right, we need to explore in this direction and claim territory. Okay. This is very good news. 182, we can do that next turn. So it looks like there's actually a lot more territory to claim over here. So it's really good that we stopped them from getting this, and now I've locked them in as well. And as long as they don't attack me, which we'll be able to respond to. This is weird, right? This canal network I can build, but they stopped me from building this one down here. So I don't know what the deal is here, but okay.
With 5 farmers' quarters, this one city must have more farmers than most empires.
Right, let's see. I do want this to be defensible and also needed to have at least some industry. Down here wouldn't be very defensible because of both the downhill attacks. Is it possible to step? No. So that's why I'm gonna go on the other side of this natural wonder and probably put a claim on this side here. 10-6. I'll take the 10-6. How you doing? I think we unfortunately need to annoy them a little bit right now. Otherwise, we're not going to have most of the territory here. Just realistically. But we'll also not refuse that for now, because it gives them an opportunity to attack. Okay, +9 is not very good. Probably better to just build this harbor. This +32 harbor. Get them to build that. And maybe public fountain as well. Okay, cool. Okay, our first era star. Now I want to come back around here and explore more of this land. Having this available will be really good because it gives us an extra stability and extra money, actually. Can't buy this right now, right? It's all suspended, really? It's unfortunate. Okay, we'll spend our money on building stuff then. This House of Scribes will be good because it'll boost our science by quite a bit. And it'll get some of these sort of useless food into the science production game. I would like to actually put down this harbor now. Where is this unit? Ah, here it is. Let's get this into the ocean and claim some of this. Okay, we are less powerful than them, which means that we should build our noble javelineers and swordsmen, which would be a good opportunity to just take out these guys as well. If we have 2 stacks of those, I don't think they're going to be able to stand up against that. Probably use money to recruit that army. Looks like we don't need to worry about this too much for now. Our religion is stable as well, which is good. Okay, you can skip your turn. Okay, so soon we'll be able to... I might still claim this territory, although it will annoy these guys more. So I need to sort of balance that. I think claiming 1 more territory here is okay. As long as we build up an army in parallel. Okay, we could build a new wonder. Now, there is a really good one here. So we will take this. And then there's also this one, which will get us a lot of influence. So this should have pushed us to about, 100 science here. Okay, so there's another independent people here.
Independent people possess sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs. I do hope we're going to treat them well.
I don't know which kind of independent people these are. So that'll be a question, like if they're aggressive or not. Okay, so this costs 200 influence, so 2 turns, and then we can claim this. And it looks like this is the last free territory on this continent. other than these couple of independent people. So we will want to claim this, and then we are getting our swordsman here next turn. Okay, would like you to do that, but we can't do that yet. Okay, so now we want to purchase an army rather than build it. Swordsman, so we don't have iron yet, but there is an iron right here. So then we'll build up the these guys.
An emblematic unit is a living culture manifested in an
So it looks like every couple of turns we can buy ourselves a unit here. And how many of these do I actually want? Probably 3, and then make the rest swordsmen. So unfortunately we will have this this one here just produce units for a little while. Okay, so next turn I'll want to put a claim in this territory, make it defensive. Probably on this tile here. I still want to meet these guys though.
Let's go.
Oh, they are aggressive. Run away. But they might already be friendly towards me. I'll skip my turn here for now. Okay, let's look at our technology here. Oh, this... probably this trade expeditions. Hydrology will be good to go for. Soon we'll be able to get this done as well. Actually, these guys might already be friendly to me. Okay, good. Okay, I can't claim this here. But yeah, I wanted to probably be right there. Okay, we can get a harbor for 32 right there, which is excellent. Oh, we can get more of these things, luxuries that enhance stability. And it would be good to start attaching some more territories here. 21, 24. How strong are these? 26. Okay, then we can build these as well. We'll build 4 for now. So we'll have 3 ranged. How many? 3 ranged, and then we'll build 1 more swordsman after that. And that'll be enough to take out these guys. We can have some border skirmishers, maybe decline some of their demands or whatever to entice them to attack me. Okay, you just sort of skip your turn. I can't move into the coast yet. Okay, so you have finished something. Now, I actually want to push my religion onto them. But let's see. Flood irrigation still has some benefits here. Then yeah, we build this after. Over there, but I want the flood irrigation first. Still in a precarious situation.
I warn you, do not deceive me.
We are less powerful than them, but we should be fixing this or improving it by recruiting a couple of stacks here. Are they more powerful? We are more powerful than them. Okay. Cool. Classical era. Have they gone into the... No, they still haven't. Okay. I want to purchase here once to speed this up. We will need to grow back a population here. Ah, this wasn't on expert policy. That's annoying. We were missing out on a lot of science for a long time there, but... Okay, still need to skip that turn.
If you want to be among those apocryphal winners that write history, you'll have to do better. Courage.
I know. We'll have to catch up, but we will. We are much smarter than the AI. Okay. Although, it's not going to be easy in this game. Game isn't going to be a walk in the park. This will actually be quite a difficult game, I think. Because, you know, we have lots of territory here. This will be a good next city, although we've already locked this territory away from it. We have some kind of poor cities, but maybe we can absorb some of them. So that'll be a good option later on. How do they feel about me? Condescending. Condescending isn't good.
The first ship. Political force can be projected across the oceans.
They always get this wrong for some reason. They think that this is a ship, but... so yeah, we need to keep building a couple of stacks here. I assume that this is their main force. 31, 30, 27. So they are more powerful, but these guys are weaker than me. So we just have to hold them back for a little while. Okay. I'm going to keep these guys around over there. We can attach here again. Which one has the higher population? Okay, we will take this one. And then we actually need to build more of these. That's all good. More Kunans. Although we're starting to run into stability problems right there. Shortly we'll be able to get this as another city, and then we'll have actually most of the territory on this continent. This should be there soon as well. Are there any other better units available in this era? No. So we are getting the best units that are available. Okay.
Harness the power of water itself in order to feed your people.
So the Greeks ended a treaty, presumably,
Waste my time.
yeah, related to that. We'll get this swordsman and then move these guys away. That's not good. Get these. Let's work on these for a turn then. Okay, let's get another. I should be able to do this, shouldn't I? Oh, right. I can't do that because of the city spawn. Oh, hang on. We should be able to move one of these units. No. Okay. They declared war? How did they get to, like, reduce their non-aggression pact in one turn and then just get to attack? That's not fair. Okay, we'll attack here. And then finish these swordsmen. Yeah, but it looks like this is like most of their forces. If they choose to go after them, I will this thing here, I will actually be able to attack them off of it fairly well. How good are these? 22. Might be a distraction for them, but okay, that's certainly annoying. Maybe I should have just built more combat stuff earlier. Although it's so distracting. It's annoyingly distracting. Their swordsmen are just more powerful than mine by 3. So I would need a much stronger force here. But I do think that this is all they have. So maybe if we go back sort of 10 turns. Here we can 1-turn most of this stuff. So we should be able to just pop out a couple of stacks here. Okay, we'll do that. 45. Unfortunate, but it's just a reality. And maybe when we concentrate on our military in that way, you know, we not only take out the orange guys, but we might also then get to take out the, I don't know, the other guys as well. Okay. Oh, I need to finish. Sorry about that. Oh, we hadn't researched at this point the technologies that we needed. Ah, but we're researching it right now. It's gonna take 5 turns though. This can go to an expert policy to bump that up. Oh, we hadn't done this either. Maybe we would go back to turn 49. That should be a better turn to go for, because we'll have done lots of the stuff that we needed to. Okay, yeah, this is the turn when we research standing army. We'll get this done in this turn. We're about to claim that territory right there. I mean, I'll let this finish, and I'll pay for it to finish actually. And then we'll build 3 here. And in our capital, we'll do the same. And I'm gonna prioritize that production. We'll just move the harbor to later. Maybe 2 of those. And then we can build swordsmen here. But anyway. We'll just finish this turn and then I'll finish for today. That will stay 180. Next turn we can do... Oh, we've already done Elder Wisdom. We can do Religious Tolerance soon. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all they have. So if we just create maybe 3 stacks, that'll probably be enough. So we'll put that down there and maybe 1 of these, finish the harbor. So we just have to prevent a little bit of war here, and then maybe we can go on the offensive as well, take out some of their cities, certainly take out this, and then, you know, we'll overall be in a much better place. Maybe I should have picked a war-focused culture actually for this. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.